Hey there everyone, my name is Tuanku and I am a trainee teacher from Institute of Teacher Education, Tuanku Bainun campus, and I'm currently majoring in TESL. And for today's presentation, the title will be Finding Solace in Art Therapy. So, what is art therapy? Art therapy involves the use of creative techniques such as drawing, painting, collage, coloring, or sculpting to help people express themselves artistically and examine the psychological and emotional undertones in their art. In this video, I will show you what is art therapy by the demonstration of journaling, Mandala, and also the use of doing scribbles. So, a lot of people ask me what is the purpose of doing journaling, but I do not really give a proper explanation about that because I think in order for us to understand something, we do need to try first. We need to delve into the experience of doing something in order to get the gist about that thing. We need to feel it with our emotions, we need to feel it with our mind and soul, and then invest our time in it. So here's the thing. Having to replay the answers, having to think about something in your head again and again is far different than having the answers being written on a paper in your journal. Because when you put your thoughts in the journal, you convert it into something tangible that you can see with your eyes. It works as a record. You can see it instead of having it just going on around and around in your mind. It eventually helps you to shift your focus and allow you to concentrate on the writing, so you do not go maundering around and then think about the same thing over and over again. Because when we are thinking about something, it can be very malleable and it can be very desultory, jumping from one to another without any specific direction. That's why we are often lost, and emotions can kidnap our thoughts until to the point that we are not able to think properly. Luckily, we do have journal because we are able to convert into tangibles, we are able to self-reflect, we are able to increase our self-awareness and know by asking our prompts, asking us questions. Why are we stressing? What is my emotion? What is my emotion? Why am I feeling such emotion, and how can I solve this? So it allows us to sit down and solve the problem in a calm manner. Scribbling is eventually very easy for everyone to do it, because you just need to get that pen laying around beside you and then start drawing anything you can that appears in your mind. And you can use also other mediums such as copy markers, color pencils, or even painting or even paints. You just need to draw lines and shapes and textures driven by your emotions, so you realize what is going on with you, and you do not need to have any restrictions. You just go random and go as freely as you can when you are doing the scribble. And you might realize the first, you are quite impulsive. You exert the force, exert the pressure on the paper, and you cross the line, and you'll be drawing randomly without be drawing mindlessly. And the next, you will feel calm, and then you will slow down your pace, and then you'll be as calm as the gentle wind. And the color you choose, the way you scribble is eventually the manifestation of your emotions, and you need to be very aware of that. And after you have done the scribble, have a look at it, have a serious look, and then think about it and reflect about it. When you are doing mandala, it's just like drawing flowers. The more petals you add, the bigger the mandala will be, and the patterns can eventually be random, but it has some rules to abide to. You need to adhere to some rules, in which, as you can see here, a picture of mandala, and there will be a lot of axes, and in each and every axis the pattern will need to be recurring, and it need to be the same as one to another. And it starts off from the center, center, and then you draw more petals, and then outside the petals you surround it with more petals until it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. To sum it up, when we are stressing and having emotion, having some thoughts over and over again, those are intangibles. It's just going on around in our mind, a perpetual cycle, and in which we cannot see the emotion, we cannot identify the emotion, and to the point that if we are too fixating on one emotion and it will manipulate you, we grow large and you enlarge yourself to the point that you will lose yourself. And if we do all those things, scribbles, mandala, journaling in the form of art therapy, thus we convert our thoughts and emotions into tangibles. It makes us having the image, have the visual in order to understand what are we feeling right now, what are the things that are troubling us, and how can we solve all these things. And at the same time, we can mitigate our anxiety, we feel less nervous, and it kinds of a practice. It's kind of like a practice of mindfulness. But bear in mind that art therapy is not something for you to improve your art skills. It's not for you to impress others. It's not for you to convince yourself that you can draw or you can become an artist. Of course, it involves creativity and a bit art skills, but we are not focusing on that. We are eventually having art therapy for us to heal ourselves, for us to increase our self-awareness and to distress. That's the main motive of us doing art therapy. And lastly, you are your greatest therapist, and at the same time, you are your greatest enemy. Who you want to be is up to you for you to choose, so be wise. And pain comes from others, suffering is what you give yourself. That's it from me. Thank you so much for lending me your ears. Thank you so much.